I don't even know what to say. It was a rough night. I'm hurting. Cruelly, I got up out of bed at 10 o'clock and went and peed, and at 4 o'clock I weighed up and I had to pee again, and I just held it, but that was uncomfortable. That's never fun. I also woke up at 4 o'clock with my stomach churning. I mean, I had spaghetti and meatballs last night. I had a bunch of calories, and at 4 a.m. what the hell's going on? My knees throbbed all night long. They throbbed all night long, and has me quite worried, really. I put them up. I took one ibuprofen, but I didn't want to just make the problem go away with drugs, so I propped them up on my backpack, and that seemed to help a bit. I slept probably half the night like that. And then I woke up, and I've been rolling around ever since. By the time morning came around, they seemed happy. And the ibuprofen had worn up, or had worn off. And they seemed happy, but I mean, as I walk around, I got 15 kilometers to go. If somebody was at that parking lot and offered me my back, I would take it. What's quite worrying is I would never be able to keep this pace up. 3 months to go until the North Boundary Trail, where I want to do 17, 18 days. I can't keep this pace up. There's no way. This pace is like 20 kilometers a day, but still. I have to get so much stronger, so much stronger. See what happens. In a month, I have a 4-day backpack scheduled. It's 17, 18, then 18, 17. It's going back and forth. It's Fiddle Pass. We'll see what happens then. I'll have more strength, but we'll see how much difference it makes. Well, just starting out, just before 9:30. Walking real slow, trying to get my legs re-engaged here. There's absolutely no comfort for me this morning. Doesn't matter what I do, something hurts. Doesn't matter if I sit somewhere or on my knees or whatever, something hurts. What I wouldn't have given for a picnic table this morning. Sat on that log there, I made some breakfast, but my knees and feet were happy, but my back was sore. My back has asserted itself. It has decided that it too is not happy. Even though I just lied on it for like 10 hours. Okay, first is going to be a brutal descent to Snake Indian River Bridge. And then I'm going to go and dip my feet and my knees in there. I'm going to get right down to nothing, clothing-wise, I think. No one's coming down here. You know, yesterday I had the full intention of going into Snake Indian River, or if I had gone to Celestine, to walk into the Celestine Lake up to my knees and soak everything. Now, I didn't get to do either, but I didn't think that was a big deal. Well, you know what? Now I think it was a big deal, because these knees got to carry me 15 kilometers and plenty of elevation change on the Celestine Road. On the bright side is a gorgeous day, and I'm gonna have nice views pretty much a good portion of the way back. Task 1 is accomplished. That was totally worth it. Took a lot of work to take my shoes off, take everything off, work my way down to the water, and then it's tricky to put your knees in your shoes and your feet in there safely. But I managed. My next task is water. I got water yesterday at that one spot, but making supper, making breakfast uses up a lot of water. So, and I had no water at that random camping spot. So, yeah. So that brings up a few questions. Where is this guy? Is he a Celestine? I thought this area was closed. Glad they didn't see me naked, whoever it was. Must have gone there. It must have gone there, and then I just kept going. So, well, I got water. Kilometers are coming very slowly. That insult to injury. There are people driving down this road now. I know from walking this last year that kind of sucks watching people drive by you. Oh, look at that. So here's the spot I wanted to get to last night. That would have been quite a hike. But I would have been by water. I would have had a fire pit. Yeah. Fire pit would have been mostly served as a kitchen, as a picnic table, but whatever. Now I've got that extra 4 kilometers, I'd say, done. 11 to go. Maybe one of these people will be nice on the way out. They will offer me a ride. But, you know, probably they won't. There's 2 of them down there now. Probably they won't even leave until 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I can't just sit around all day hoping that one of them will give me a ride. I have to make sure I get my butt out of here. So I have to just keep walking. So, gotta get out of this forested trees part and then get into what I call the flats of the Celestine Road, which last time was where I was walking through the pipeline trying to find that work camp. And then there's several large up and downs. Oh, and yeah, and then there's like the big come around the hill with that one weird support system that's there. And there's a bunch of walking through the fire, the old forest fire area. My knees are okay at the moment. My feet are okay at the moment. My back is providing quite a bit of discomfort. I won't lie. It's going to be what makes me stop for breaks today. It's already, I just lifted that water. It's already that one muscle seizing up again. It sucks. Oh, I think I'm about half done. That's my first big elevation. That went for a while. Then of course I have to go down. I've been gone about 4 hours. I think I'm half done. Hike 15 minutes, rest 10 minutes. And probably 10 minutes of the hiking has some pain factor. Brutal. You know, I'm a guy who's easy alone for some reason. You know, I get lonely like everyone else, but I just had someone who was driving up there stop to chat with me. That was, I don't know, full 5-10 minutes ago. And I just realized that it's the first people I've talked to in, I don't know, 4 days. First people I've seen. I mean, I saw people drive by on the road before, but I didn't even notice. I've thought about it a few times. Oh, it's 3 whole days since I've seen or talked to anybody. 2 whole days since I've seen or talked to anybody. I mean, I didn't see anyone at all on the trail, not one. And you know, it looks like that one guy was up at Celestine. So if I had gone there, he would have been there. But he just ripped past me on the road. I don't think he even saw me. I was resting on the side. Oh. But yeah, it's funny, you know. It didn't even cross my mind until 10 minutes after I talked to the people that those are the first people I've said any words to. Aside from a bunch of, you know, aside from my camera, basically. You know what it is? It's already come to me. It's because feel like I'm bringing you guys all with me. Anyone that watches my videos, yeah, I don't feel like I'm by myself out here. I feel like I'm sharing. And that's a big part of feeling lonely is, you know, you're not sharing your life with anybody. I think that's a pretty good reason why I don't feel alone out here. I think there's also the fact that I'm following in the footsteps of some of the greats that I've come to admire on YouTube and such. I mean, I watched Matty Outdoors freak out at the Snake Indian Falls. That's pretty fun to watch. You know, I watched Marty up north walk the whole trail. He didn't walk any of the part that I did. He even skipped Willow Creek campground. He went right up to, oh God. He went up to Willow Creek patrol cabin and ended up staying there because he made a bit of a mistake, I think. Or there was a triangle in the area. Anyway. But, you know, I feel like I'm sharing with these guys somehow, you know. I don't feel totally alone because I watch these guys see these things. I watched it on their videos. And now I get to see it. Great view, but oh man, look at all that road I still got to do. I just wiped my butt with leaves. Ran out of toilet paper. Hikers, backpackers online, YouTube and such, they actually talk about their poops quite a bit, you know. You know, some of them won't bring it up that much, but they say that triple crowners, you know, AT and PCT and CDT, they will crap their pants at least once. Because, I mean, at some point you will get caught in your tent running, and you're running to go find, you know, get away from everything, and you crap your pants. But last year I got forced to wipe my butt with leaves. I was hiking in Elk Island. I tried to go, I really did, because I kind of sensed I had a bit of diarrhea going on. I tried to go before I started the trail. Then about 40 minutes into the trail, it started. And I probably hiked the trail about 2 hours before I finally, it was like 16-kilometer trail. It was the Wood Bison Trail. I had about 5 kilometers left. Finally, I just had to duck into the woods. And you know, doing it with leaves is no big deal. This is only my second time today, but the kind of hardships I've been putting up with, bring it. Easy, man. I just brush it off my shoulder. That's all you got? Yeah. Anyway, that's my thing on poops. Well, it's official. My app shows about 3.5 kilometers left to Boulder Creek. That's as the crow flies, so maybe it's 4 kilometers at most. On a map, my hike is 51 kilometers from Boulder Creek to Willow Creek. I did that in back, so that's 102. I did a kilometer into Celestine Lake back, so that's 104. And then if you count the little side trips I did, Seldom and Horse and such, it's like 105 or 106. Some dude is up there walking. Holy crap. Anyway, it's official. I'm at 100 kilometers. And I'm gonna stop for a break. Oh, it's no Appalachian Trail or something, but 100 kilometers is pretty significant to me. I'm so tired I don't want to walk and talk anymore. I'm just trying to slate this last 3 kilometers, and just for fun, my stomach hurts now. The reason I wiped myself with leaves earlier is because I got diarrhea last night. I did not bring myself much extra toilet paper, and that quickly used it. So I've had 3 today. 1 this morning with toilet paper, and now I just have my second one wiping with leaves. Sweet. I'm just trying to slay this last 3 kilometers, but you know, I'm so done. I don't want to take a rest. I don't want to eat, even though I know my energy reserves are low. I don't want to eat. I just want to be back at the car. I'm so finished. Okay. Pain goes away. Memories last. Pain goes away. Memories last. Pain goes away. Memories last. I'm for the most part through that wall. I forced myself to eat some jerky. I still have 1.5 kilometers to go. I'm almost there. I'm at the Vine Creek entrance. If memory serves, that's only 1.1 in the book, so let's pray that's what it is. I just have to say that I'm not sure what you're seeing there. Elevation has allowed me to do this hike. There's no question. These are all my breaks. Sometimes I will, eat something first and then I'll lie down for a nap. But, all day long I've been doing this. I've been taking 10-minute naps. It's taking forever, but I'm getting there. Elevation has saved my feet. It's helped my knees. It's submerging them in cold water. I don't think those 2 items, gold. I mean, putting your feet in water that's ridiculously cold in the mountains, it sucks. Not lie. At first it's great, but then very quickly you're freezing. Oh yeah, you're cold. You're so cold. But then your feet are in so much better shape. And put your knees in there if you can. At Snake Indian River, I think I might have mentioned it, but I only lasted about 30 seconds with both in. But I think it helped my knees a lot. Yeah, I'm almost done. Okay, this is weird. I don't want to get up. 750 meters to the trailhead, and I don't want to get up. There's all the reasons why I don't want to get up that were the same as the last 50 times I got up today. And I probably did take 50 breaks. But I don't want to get up. There's almost something subconscious going on there. I don't want to finish the trail. I'm getting completely barbecued by the sun. I mean, it's just hammering me. But I'm comfy. I guess time to go back to reality. You hear that from, I watched YouTube videos for AT and PCT and CDT hikers, through hikers, and they talk about it. They're terrified to get off the trail. They've been on the trail so long. They can't wait to be done, but they also are terrified to be done. I know that everything in my body, except for maybe my chest, is going to be very happy to hit my car seat. And it'll be extremely happy to hit my couch when I get home. 4-hour drive back to Edmonton, and they'll be unbelievably happy to hit a real bed. Okay.
So there you have it. I did that hike. If you watch my intro, you know I did that hike in mid-May, and it is now beginning of August. What happened after that hike is something else. So, first of all, I drove home that night. I really don't recommend that. That was probably pretty unsafe on my part. I was half zombie, but I really needed to get back and I drove back to Edmonton from Jasper. Now, the next day, which is almost like day 6 of my backpack because I was suffering a lot, the next day was one of the most physically uncomfortable days I've ever had. It's definitely the most physically uncomfortable I've had in the last 25 years. I haven't suffered any major diseases or had any major bone breaks or anything, otherwise I'm sure they would compete, but it was pretty brutal. So the next morning, I wake up and, my whole body is just sore and uncomfortable. Like my back is just, there's absolutely no rest for it. I can barely even make it comfortable lying in bed, which is basically what I did all day long. But that wasn't what really made it an interesting day. What really made it an interesting day was my stomach. So here I am, my body just wants nutrients and proteins and calories and just needs to fix itself so bad. And my stomach doesn't want anything. It wants things, but it won't hold it. So this is the cycle that went on all day long. I'm starving. My stomach wants food so bad, so I eat something. One time I actually timed it, so this is what came of it. So I eat something. An hour and a half later, my stomach has sent it through my system and it's come out the other end, and none of it was pleasant. On top of that, I don't even feel like eating, so I forced myself to eat. And then an hour and a half later, my system passes it right through, doesn't even want it. And then half hour after that, my stomach starts screaming for food again. So I don't want to put food in my mouth. My stomach wants food, but it won't hold food. And my body is screaming for calories and nutrients and such. And that's how the whole day went, all day long. I lied in bed and had a miserable day. On top of that, I'm realizing that there's no way I can go and do my plans this summer. I went hiking for 5 days, and that's the condition I'm in. I'm going to go hiking for another 5 days, do a 10-day hike, a 15-day hike. There's no way. So I got that mental crap going on as well. Now, the next day, my stomach finally started to accept a few things and hold them in and not just expel them, through my system. And so I started to feel a bit better. So a few days go by, I'm slowly getting better, and then some pain settled into my lower back, and it didn't want to go away. Everything else was starting to, get better. It wasn't sore anymore, but a pain went in my lower back, and after a week, it was still there. It didn't want to go away, and after 2 weeks, I realized it wasn't going to go away on its own. So this is the only thing I have left going on. My feet, my upper back, my knees, my legs, everything, they're all fine. Just my lower back. So I start going to chiropractor. That helps a little bit, but not much. I try drugs. For about a week, I just take a whole bunch of ibuprofen and Tylenol. That doesn't work. Finally, I go and see this genius that I consider who really helped me with my feet. He pulled and prodded my legs all over the place and, had me pull different directions for an hour. And he finally figured out that my lower right abdomen's muscles, my lower right ab muscles were doing almost nothing. And so my lower right back was really overworking and straining. He teaches me how to knead the back muscles exactly where they're sore, and then it releases and my back starts to get better. And then he also teaches me some exercises to try and correct the imbalance. While all that's going on, about 6 weeks go by, or 8 weeks even. So, I wasn't supposed to hike for a month after my hike, but I had to cancel that one. That was a Fiddle Pass I was going to do. And then 2 weeks later, I had to cancel. I was going to go do Friat and Geraldine, try to go all the way around with my friend Matt. So I had to cancel that. And then 2 weeks after that, I had to cancel Berg Lake. So 3 backpacks that cost me. And I'm also sitting there going, there's no way I can do my long backpack because I'm lying on a lot of my time was spent lying on my back. I had to stop, lying on my butt. I was trying to get better. I had to stop working out. I had to stop training. So I lost a lot of the strength that I worked towards all winter long. So all that's going on. Finally, the weekend I was supposed to do Berg Lake, I did go to Jasper and I did do some day hiking. And my knees were really affected. Now, my knees were affected quite badly on the 5-day trip too, but I had basically forgot about that. I was just concentrating on my back. So now my knees have become a bit of an issue. That's kind of a different thing though. Just this past weekend, I decided to throw on I bought a knee brace, I threw it on, and I decided to go try Skyline because I had it booked and I managed to hike Skyline. So things are finally coming around. The real end result is that I've decided that I can't do my 15, my big long hike on the North Boundary Trail that I wanted to do, which was kind of the reason why I did this 5-day backpack anyway, was to essentially cut 25 kilometers off that. One day I will go and do it. I will not let this hike go in vain. I hiked that long fire road. I saw Snake Indian Falls, which was awesome, which was definitely something I wanted to see. But I wanted to, the primary purpose was to shorten that long hike. And I won't let that go to waste. I will one day hike that. But I have decided that I can't handle that, like more than 4 or 5 days of straight hiking. I can't do it. And so this, big 5-day, 100-kilometer backpack has ended up being kind of a dream smasher. It brought me back down to earth, back to reality. And so in that sense, I'm really just coming to terms with that now, because that was kind of devastating for a little while. I was pretty down and depressed. Anyhow, I learned a lot from the hike. I hope you learned a little something and enjoyed watching it. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll finally get these backpacks onto YouTube, and then you can enjoy my mistakes. All right, later.